Hi, I'm John McDonald, and this is the first weekly edition of our Allan Wade Outsourcing Tips, where we'll help you and your SMB save money, get more work done, and scale your teams using offshore outsourcing. In this week's tip, we're going to talk about how to save money or how to calculate your savings really when you do an outsourcing projection. Now, the first level of comparison that you're going to make is a direct cost comparison. Whatever you're paying your resource in your internal team, you can directly map that over and compare it to what you'd pay for that outsourced individual who is an equivalent in terms of skill sets. You're going to find immediately that you're going to save between 50 and 70% of the cost. So the person will cost essentially 30% of what your internal resource does. Now, right away, that is enough of a reason for you to think, maybe I should consider using that resource or external team. But when we start to factor in some additional things, I think the argument becomes even stronger. So suppose you factor in some payroll resources, payroll expenses like EHT or CPP, EI, vacation pay, sick time, benefits, all of these sorts of things, and you start to reduce your costs quite a bit. If you can easily get up into the plus 100 to almost 200%, maybe even in excess of 200% in terms of savings when you use those additional factors. Now, if you take an additional step and you add in the equipment, burden, contribution, meetings, training, public holidays, and you're moving really into the 300% range of savings on a particular equivalent resource. So something that's huge. So that is just a massive amount of savings, something that makes you want to stand up and go, maybe I should take a look at this in a stronger way. What would you do with that kind of additional money? Would you go out and hire some new marketers so that you could, really kind of take advantage of that savings and make some money with it? Would you invest it into infrastructure? Would you put it into profits? Would you buy the Muskoka cottage that you've always wanted? So there's lots of things you can do with this types of savings. And so it's important for you to factor in, I believe, to factor in all three of these. Of course, you could completely ignore what I'm saying and your potentials for savings and just say, I'm going to maintain my status quo because I know what factors I'm dealing with. And my status quo is, lack of throughput, projects on hold, costs going up. Or I think you could probably do a little bit of digging. I recommend that the bare ass minimum that you do is use our free calculator to estimate your savings. And that's like the first place you need to go to. So go to savings.allan-wade.com and check that out. Now, before you leave, don't hit the back button yet. I wanted to mention that at Allan Wade, we know that savings don't equate to success, right? But they can be a factor for celebration if, and that's a big if you can pull off a project success. In future videos, we'll talk about project controls, we'll talk about governance, and we'll talk about management. And that's really going to be the key factors in succeeding with a project with an outsourced team. Now, to wrap it up, outsourcing can save you between 50% and 300% based on the cost factors you use. How much would you save? Again, go to our savings calculator, savings.allan-wade.com to find out. And in the meantime, if you're curious how a professional outsourcer like Allan Wade can help you save money, get more done, and scale your teams, then reach out to us for a discussion. The information is right here, and you can grab it. Thank you.